Welcome to the World Pool Preview Show in collaboration with the Hong Kong Jockey Club Bet with the World. We'll be looking at races 8 and 9 at Eagle Farm on Saturday, which will be World Pool races. I'm your host, James Lamb, joined by Adam Brett, who's a little bit under the weather, but he's got some decent tips for us, Adam. That'll perk you up.
You can't be under the weather when it's grand final day. This is what we've worked up to for the whole carnival, Queensland Carnival. I'm looking forward to it.
The Straighty is, of course, Queensland's biggest race, and the Group 2 Q22 comes with a very big purse for a Group 2. We'll start with the Group 1 Stradbroke. Some of the main contenders just going down the page here, looking at the odds. We've got Golden Mile at $9. War Machine is the favourite, around the $3 quote. And then you get down to Front Page at around 17. And we've got Rise at Dawn, the Inflictor, and a couple of others down the bottom. Bazusto is also in the market. And Transatlantic, it's been pretty well backed during the week, but still needs another scratching to get into the race. Let's have a look at the speed map for this race. There looks to be a fair bit of speed, as you'd imagine, for a big Group 1 like this. Most of the speed looks to be out wide. Punch Lane and Front Page will likely be sent forward from their car park draws. I think Robusto probably eases out of the speed battle or will be at the risk of being caught wide. Rothfire, he's an old boy, but he's capable of leading initially. Probably be crossed by those wider out. War Machine and the Instructor both should land around midfield or better. And then you've got Rise at Dawn and Golden Mile. They look the two map horses who should settle just off the pace setters from inside gates. I think we'll see a pretty strung out field after the first 300 metres. Adam, you're keen on a horse who, at least on paper, does map quite well.
I am. I'm looking at number 13, Rise at Dawn. Great barrier out of barrier 3, and its last few runs in the Group 1s have been really strong. I think it's set for this. You'd love to be the Hayes boys in this race, having the two favourites with War Machine and potentially Rise at Dawn. By the time we run, should be very close to being right up there in the favourite as well. But you have a look at the odds on some of these other horses, Lammy, and it's wide open, but geez, these odds don't say so.
Yeah, it's a nice price at the moment for Rise at Dawn. As you mentioned, the big weight drop there. I'm with the stablemate War Machine. I just think he's the horse that has the most scope. This horse, he's improving with each run. He could easily be 3 from 3 this campaign with a little bit more luck. He was beaten in the Hariba, but was pretty unlucky that day. Smashed them in the BRC Sprint, which was his first go in Queensland, so you'd think there'd be further improvement to come there. Gets a good track, looks dangerous with only 53 kilos. I think from that gate he should end up in a decent spot. I know he's drawn out a little bit, but as mentioned earlier, all the main speed looks to be even wider out than him. So I think they'll burn along early and he'll get a camp in the first half of the field. Let's have a look at race 9, the Q22. You're going with a horse who has been, let's say, quite villainous for punters over the journey.
It has been, and I am going back to the well with Kovalika, number 4. I just think after the Doomben Cup, it's going to find a little bit of form. It was heavy track that day. Goes into this with having that form under its belt. With the firmer track, I think it can do it, but I know where you're heading, and I don't disagree that with a firmer track, Faulkner Park could be running all over him. And with the short price odds of $2.40 at the moment, it is hard to go against, but I do expect a decent run from Kovalika.
He always runs well. He just finds one or two stronger generally. I am going with Faulkner Park. I think he's the best bet on the Eagle Farm card. If you look at his recent form, 3rd to Via Sistina over 2,000 metres and a couple of seconds to Antino, who is just absolutely airborne at the moment. Those two horses are fighting it out for Cox Plate favouritism, so that is the best 2,000 metre weight for age form in Australia. I think if he can't beat this field, not sure where his next win's going to come from because it's going to get harder for him in the spring. A horse with his high handicap rating, this looks a really nice race for him. Small field. I'm hoping he can get the job done on Saturday.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the 1, 2, 3 that we saw behind Antino, the Faulkner Park, Militarise and Kovalika. I think that's a trifecta you might want to have a little bit of a look around. But do you see anything else? I mean, New Endeavour's out there as well. It's starting to prove itself. Like, is there anything else that we could have a look at in this race?
I think New Endeavour probably needs a wet track, which he's not going to get. And you could say the same thing for Banker's Choice as well. Osipenko is a little bit like Kovalika. Promises the world, delivers an Atlas. An Artful Girl. It's good placement from Kevin Kemp. The 74 rater, they pick up 14,000 just for turning up.
Not bad.
It would have to start now to win, but good on them for having a crack at this race. But yeah, for me, Faulkner Park, for Adam, Kovalika. That is it from us, just the 2 races. Good luck having a bet on the World Pool races. Bet with the world. Thank you to the Hong Kong Jockey Club. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.